Yeah, guys, I want you to know, do not ever feel concerned or sad for me, okay? It is such a waste of time. It's actually concerning for yourself, okay? As much concern as you should have for me, zero, As much sadness as you should have for me, like kind of compassion. Yeah, as much compassion and sadness that you should really experience for Fit. It's the same as if you accidentally move an extra Mancala bead to the little slot I'm on call board. Oh no, you have to put the extra one back in the slot that you just pulled it from. That's how sad and how long you should feel for me. I'm the happiest person in the world. Why would you be sad or try to counsel the happiest person in the world? Don't you understand? I'm happier than like all the nations, man. I'm happier than every Texan I meet, basically, except for the nice ladies. Sometimes they convince me they're pretty happy. But I think you have to be in good shape to be as happy as I am. Actually, I think you have to be in perfect shape, have lots of energy, be ready to go, fight for victory, really, love always, lost, and hold honor in your heart, man. People are always trying to take honor from your heart. Maybe that's the biggest attack. We don't really talk about honor that much in America, no. Where do we talk about honor in America, huh? Are we talking about fallen soldiers? Well, our country is pretty new, actually, if you think about it. And pretty honorable, I think, for the most part. Even walking around now, many honorable men and women, wearing uniform or not, but with the diligence, discipline, and duty and dedication required to protect the average citizen. Interesting. It's like a sacrifice and a risk. It's like an honor, actually. To open a woman for a, to open a door for a woman. That's a great honor. Why don't men take advantage of it more often? God's just sitting there with his little gifts over and over again. What is it with men walking past the door that they can open for the woman? You're missing out on a gift, actually. I understand staying away from women. I really do. Looking at women can be a big problem for men. Most men have had some form of problem with women in their life. Either it was attraction or lustful based. Maybe they were disrespectful, not appreciative enough. You can always be more appreciable and respectful of a real woman. Yes. Cool. Seriously. And one way we can all do that as a country, we are a new one. You can open the doors for these women that are making their way through. They're strong enough to do it. And a lot of you guys, they can beat you up. But you still open the door for them. You don't even ask. Did you want somebody to cross the street with you? Did you want somebody to take your groceries to your car? Well, if you ask a real woman that, most times they say no. It's often nice when they will accept a gift, right? And as a man, American man, always be willing and able and ready to accept gifts from your God. I promise. A lot of the struggle that I think God experiences is people just telling themselves the wrong things. That's the last thing I want to leave you with. You know what, guys? Fitz learning a lot and working my way through analysis every day, spending hours on it, talking out loud and stuff. A corrupt mind is one that believes its own lies. I'll say it again. Don't believe your own lies.